We live in a world where people are more connected than ever, but lonelier than ever. You can have hundreds of followers, constant notifications, and endless conversations, and still feel like no one really sees you. The truth is, connection isn't about how many people you talk to. It's about how many people truly understand you. And yet, most people struggle to build deep, meaningful relationships. They wonder why their friendships feel surface level, why their conversations feel empty, why they're surrounded by people, yet still feel alone. If you've ever felt this way, you're not broken. You're not incapable of forming real bonds, but the reason you're struggling, it's because real connection doesn't happen by accident. It happens by understanding, effort, and a simple but powerful secret. And once you learn it, it will change the way you connect with people forever. Let's get into it. Why most people struggle to build meaningful connections. Most people assume that connection just happens, that if you talk to someone enough, spend enough time with them, or share common interests, you'll naturally form a deep bond. But that's not how connection works. Because connection isn't about proximity, it's about presence. It's not about how often you talk to someone, it's about how deeply you listen. It's not about having things in common, it's about making people feel seen, understood, and valued. And the real reason most people struggle, it's because they're too focused on being interesting instead of being interested. They enter conversations thinking about, what should I say next? How do I make a good impression? How can I be more likable? But real connection isn't about impressing people. It's about making them feel like they matter. And that shift, that's the secret. The secret to meaningful connections. If you want to form deep, genuine relationships, you have to stop trying to be liked and start making people feel understood. Here's how. 1. Be fully present. Most people never do this. When someone is speaking to you, are you truly listening or just waiting for your turn to talk? Most people aren't actually present in conversations. They're thinking about their response, checking their phone, or distracted by their own thoughts. But presence is rare. And that's why it's powerful. If you can make someone feel like, in that moment, they are the most important person in the room, they will feel deeply connected to you. So next time you're with someone, try this. Put your phone away, maintain eye contact, don't interrupt. Let them fully express themselves before you respond, because real connection starts when someone feels heard. 2. Ask better questions. Go beyond small talk. Most conversations stay at surface level because people ask surface level questions. How's your day? Forgettable. What do you do for work? Boring. What's up? Empty. But the best way to build deep connections, ask better questions. Instead of, how was your day? Try, what was the best part of your day? Instead of, what do you do? Try, what's something you're working on that excites you? Instead of, how are you? Try, what's been on your mind lately? When you ask deeper questions, you get deeper answers. And deeper answers lead to real conversations, real moments, and real connection. 3. Make people feel understood, not just heard. Hearing someone and understanding them are two different things. Most people listen just to respond. But connection happens when you listen to understand. So instead of just nodding along or saying, yeah, I get it, show them you really do. Reflect back what they said. It sounds like that was a really tough decision for you. Validate their feelings. That makes complete sense why you'd feel that way. Go deeper. Tell me more about that. I want to understand. When people feel truly understood, they feel safe. And safety is the foundation of real connection. 4. Be vulnerable first. People mirror your energy. Want someone to open up to you and lead by example. Most people stay guarded in conversations because they're waiting for the other person to go deeper first. But connection isn't about waiting, it's about creating. Be the first to open up. Share a personal challenge you're going through. Talk about something you're excited about. Be honest about your fears, doubts, or experiences, because vulnerability isn't weakness, it's an invitation. And when you're open, you give others permission to do the same. That's how deep bonds are formed. 5. Show up consistently. Connection is built over time. You don't build meaningful relationships overnight. You build them through consistent presence, effort, and care. It's checking in on someone when you don't need anything. It's remembering the little things they said and following up. It's making them feel like they're not just important in the moment, but important, period. Because real connection isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small moments that show people you truly care. Imagine this. Imagine walking into a room and feeling deeply connected to the people around you. No more surface-level small talk. No more feeling like no one really gets you. No more relationships that feel empty. Instead, you have people who see you, understand you, and genuinely care about you. You have deep conversations that energize you instead of drain you. You have connections that feel real, effortless, and fulfilling. Because you finally stopped trying to be liked and started making people feel seen. That's the shift, and that's the secret. It starts with you. If you want to build meaningful connections, stop waiting for people to do it for you. You don't need permission to go deeper. You don't need to hold back to fit into shallow conversations. You don't need to stay guarded, afraid of going first. You just need to start. Be present, ask better questions, and make people feel understood. Be vulnerable, show up, because connection isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. And the moment you start creating it, your relationships and your entire life will never be the same.